Welcome back, riders, to another episode of the Passenger Seat. Hopefully, you've missed us. I don't know. We got some nerd news to share with you guys today. Um, I know they probably shared a lot in the New York City Comic Con that happened just a week ago or somewhat. A lot of news came out, so hopefully, we'll share something you haven't heard, or you'll just tag along with us of how we're gonna react to something that got announced. So,
Yes. Now, most of the stuff we are going to be talking about today, it seems like it will be from the New York Comic Con. So if you
mm,
followed along with that and news coming from that event, then obviously you'll probably already know. If not, we'll sum up the things that we thought were interesting or the things that we found with the New York Comic Con. So, yeah. With that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, writers. We always appreciate y'all. And with that being said, let's hop right into this.
you want to start?
Sure. Okay.
Do it.
So obviously, if you've been paying attention to the New York Comic Con, which I imagine you have, Carlos, um, I think you're gonna know what my topic is about, especially since I always love to talk about Magic: The Gathering and other card games.
Oh, do
Um,
it.
I don't know if you heard. Did you hear?
I don't know. Are you talking about? I'm assuming you're just talking about Magic, right? Kind of like the
Yes.
same type of stuff from MagicCon.
Yes and no. Yes, it's related. So you remember we talked about the different sets that were announced for 2026, except one
Yes.
Universes Beyond set, which was slated for March or February, I believe. I
Okay.
believe it's March. That was unannounced. The rumor mill was that apparently they were doing a collaboration with Nickelodeon and one of the Nickelodeon IPs. And did you hear anything about that or no?
Is it not the Turtles?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, I
Okay.
don't know where you're going with this.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know or who live under a rock, essentially, they announced a that the set that they're going to be collaborating with, the Universes Beyond set, is in fact going to be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so,
Sorry.
right, and I mean, I think a lot of people were hyped about it. It seems like the reception was pretty good. Now, obviously, the state that Magic is in currently, it's a little iffy, and we're going to talk about that as well.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because one, obviously, there's always this controversy for universes beyond sets. There are a lot of purist Magic players, if you want to call it that way, that they don't like the addition of universes beyond. They believe that it takes away from the game in the sense that it's no longer Magic. And we
Holy
have
shit! How many did you send me, bro?
a couple,
Sorry. Sorry.
20, 31 to be exact.
Okay. Go
Uh,
ahead. Keep
uh,
talking. I'm sorry.
so writers, I just sent Carlos 31 pictures of reveals that they did for New York Comic Con. Now, like I was saying, there's a lot of people who believe that it takes away from the immersiveness of Magic and the Magic the Gathering world or universe, multiverse, and so I can see their point. I can see and sort of kind of relate. At the same time, I don't because I'm not from that era of Magic. I mean, I was born in '94, so '93 being the year that Magic dropped or released. It's I wasn't conscientious or I didn't really understand uh, card games until I was maybe about I wasn't introduced to card games until I was about 7 or 8, and I didn't really fully grasp how to properly play card games until maybe I was, I don't know, 11, 12. This is me just guesstimating based on my recollection of memories. But that being said, yeah, I find the Universes Beyond sets pretty cool. I like the idea of adding IPs to franchises or you know, whatever you want to call them. My only gripe so far with Universe Beyond sets is the fact that with the collectability aspect, we've now received a lot of scalpers. We received people who from other card game communities or just the collector communities who are now basically encroaching in onto this Magic the Gathering space, and it's becoming very, very difficult if you want to, get into Magic on that level. Let's say a person who wants to give Universes Beyond a try, or even Magic in general. It's becoming very difficult because prices are skyrocketing, and
Well,
that's
that's
been one of
like
the main.
it's turning into Pokemon,
Yes,
where there's
and
there's a lot of people who collect Pokemon cards but never play.
right. Yes, in that aspect, yes. And it becomes even worse because you're using these intellectual properties that people go crazy over.
Hmm.
And so the fanatics and just people who are wanting to collect to resell in the future because they think they'll make a profit
Yep.
is absolutely absurd. And now, for example, people who wanted to get a collector booster, I remember when we had the in-universe set for uh, Neon Dynasty Kamigawa, where I was picking up collector booster boxes for 200, 220, and
Hmm.
now if you want to get a collector booster box of something, it's easily 700, $800,
Yeah.
which is absolutely insane, and it's impossible to get it retail, and it's something that I wanted to get into actually. So this week, Monday, it was literally yesterday, was various secret lair drops, including the art, a couple of arts that I sent you for cards like Demonic Tutor, which is a huge staple in Commander and Modern, and the Dwight set, Jaws, Iron Maiden. All these things dropped yesterday with a couple of other ones, the Furby. And let me tell you, let's talk about my experience with that yesterday. So I said I'm gonna jump the gun. I'm gonna try to buy these secret layer drops. There was a couple that I was sincerely interested in, especially that demonic tutor one. And this was my experience. I was waiting for 1 hour before Secret Lair opened up its page for purchasing. As soon as it opened, I had refreshed the page. I was on two devices, my computer and my phone,
Huh.
and it took
Okay.
me maybe, I want to say, give or take 15 to 20 seconds to put everything in my cart and hit checkout. By the time I clicked checkout, it put me on a waiting list of over an hour long.
Jesus Christ.
And while you wait in that line, since this is not print to demand, what ends up happening is that while you're waiting in line, they'll update they'll put you like on this web page, and it'll tell you, don't refresh this web page. You're in line. You'll lose your place if you refresh out of it. And it's like this little bar with a little person that's slowly walking towards the front of the line. Basically, as you wait, the page will automatically not refresh. It'll update, and it'll show you what products sell out as you're in line. And by
Dang.
the time I was halfway through the line, everything that I was interested in was sold out.
Jeez.
Scalpers were selling, a set that cost $40 on the Secret Lair. They were selling it for 150. Aftermarket price on TCG Player was $400 for a $40 set.
Jesus Christ.
It was extremely disappointing. I had a friend of mine who ordered two off eBay, about almost $200 each, and they had to refund them because apparently those sellers, what they do is they pre-sell it, and if they get the product, then they move it forward. Apparently they didn't get the product, so they had to refund them.
Jesus Christ.
And it's a terrible experience. A lot of people are disappointed with how it was handled. They're doing petitions so that they can put all those sets on print to demand, because honestly, how can you justify, dude, it was 15 to 20 seconds for me. Some people, they'll like click one thing and they'll hit checkout. That way they get to
Yep.
the front of the line, and then they'll choose, because once you're in the front of the line, they give you 10 minutes in the store to shop around and then check out. So there'll be people who'll just click add one thing to the cart, check out, go to the front of the line, and then they'll start grabbing stuff. But how can you tell me
Oh,
that
I see. I see. I see.
Yeah, so how can you tell me though 15, 20 seconds in, I'm already in an hour, more than an hour wait, and halfway through, I've been sitting here for maybe 2 hours and a half waiting for this thing, for things to go, so and sell out. Just a really, really bad experience. A lot of people are on the same mindset. They're really disappointed with how this turned out. But moving on from that, if riders, if you were in if you were in the secret lair drop, tell us about your experience. Tell us, what do you think that,
Most
wizards, huh?
most nerd, like we all know, nerddom in anything, it doesn't even have to be nerddom. The scalpers, the way the market works sometimes, dude, it could be sneakers, it could be statues. It's just crazy. Like nowadays, with the way the internet is, you have to almost race. Like you have to be on the dot clicking that thing sometimes. It sucks.
And even so, I mean, you're competing against bots.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, the bots are always going to be faster than you. Like, there's no way. Only in situations where, like, they do print on demand kind of things is where you're really going to have a chance. And it sucks that it has to be that way. I was
yeah,
joking around with a friend of mine saying, like, damn, dude, we should make a bot of our own and just fucking, get the product that we want for each other, because it's just very harsh, the
yeah,
environment.
of course.
Now, moving on from that, let's talk a little bit about these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reveals. A lot of cool cards came out with, that they revealed in New York Comic Con. As we can see, there's cards like Heroes in a Half Shell, which include all the turtles, which is a really cool flavor wise. There are a lot of characters. I believe the theme decks come with two of the turtles at a time. Also, really cool. We see classic characters. Obviously, we see Master Splinter, we see Shredder, we
Yeah,
see Bebop and Rocksteady, and so that's really cool. There's a couple of standout cards.
dude, that Turtles
Obvi-
Forever card.
yes, which I actually wanted to talk about. Did you read what that card does?
Searching library outside the game for exactly 4 legendary creatures cards you own in different names. Then reveal those cards. An opponent chooses 2 of them. Put the chosen cards into your hand and shuffle the rest in your library.
Okay, the point that I want to sort of drag you towards is the part at the beginning where it says search your library, your deck, and or outside the game, which
Yeah,
means it doesn't have to be in your deck. You could go through your entire Magic collection
you can grab
and
your backpack, yeah, and just pull out a card.
that's pretty crazy. There are cards like this in Magic. They're known as the Wish cards, which
Mm,
pull cards from outside the game. It's very interesting to see it in a standard format, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out in standard tournaments.
yeah.
So that's going to be interesting, as well as the lands,
The
which are
art
the
though,
slices of
the
pizza.
art.
Now, here's something that's interesting, and I don't want to bring too much attention to it either, because I'm not trying to be controversial here.
Dude, I'm sorry, but you just mentioned the lands. I thought those lands are awesome. Those
Yes.
lands are fucking sick, dude. I know we're gonna put the photos up, but those lands, I love them a lot. They look sick.
Yeah, and so I saw a post about somebody saying how the swamp maybe AI, not maybe not AI generated, but like AI assisted or something, because if you pay attention to the way the hand is holding onto the pizza, it doesn't really make sense. Cuz where's the grip on the pizza on that hand?
Oh, I see. That's okay.
It's
It's Splinter. He uses the Force.
right. I don't know if it's true or not. I saw it. It's cause for some speculation maybe, but otherwise, everything else looked really cool in the set. Obviously, we have a controversy in the sense of April and her skin color. I don't really see the big deal with that. I don't know why people are bitching and moaning.
I
Quite
don't know.
frankly, it just is what it is. I think people should get over that.
I
Now,
also really enjoy the Kevin Eastman, like the cover art. That was pretty
yes,
dope.
I loved that pizza bundle. It looks absolutely insane. Like very thematic, very flavorful. and I really enjoy when they do things like this. I know that's going to be a bestseller, and yeah, it's things are going nuts, and it's a set that comes out next year. So
Yes, fair.
now that being said, that's basically all I had regarding Magic. It was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, the Secret Lair drop. The only other stuff that I have are honestly, I went to see Tron, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and talk about one thing that I know most people saw, and I know most people saw the trailer for Avatar: The Last Airbender fighting game, which I don't know if you saw the trailer, but
I saw the an article about it. I haven't really seen the trailer.
my I think some people are having this issue where it gives off this vibe of like because of the animation style, it seems very much like those old games you used to play on the computer. They used to buy them
Mm,
on CD just for computers, like whatever. And then the way they fight is not super fluid. Like, don't expect like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat type fluidity. It is very cartoon, very animated, and not animated in the sense of like you're playing a fighting game like Naruto. It's really 2D. It feels very 2D.
mhm,
Um, but obviously it is a Nickelodeon game, so it technically is a kid game in that sense. They don't take it too seriously. But along with it, they've announced a YouTube series of little 2D chibi animation episodes, which would just be random episodes of them playing off the original series, but in chibi format and making fun of it. So like maybe 5 minutes episodes type thing.
okay.
There's something they announced to go along with the game, which comes out next year for the. Yeah, it's okay. Like hopefully Avatar fans are happy. I am an Avatar fan, but I'm not gonna get the game. Just not interested. If I'm gonna play a fighting game, I'm gonna play like Street Fighter or something. You know, it's just doesn't seem to like make a lot of sense in that aspect. The other news I got, I know it sounds funny, but we have Full Metal Alchemist, the stage play. Um, and they just cast Edward Elric. They start playing, I believe, next year. Um, but oh, it says it right here, January 10th of 2026. The disappointing part is it is in Japan. So for those of you who want to go see it, fly to Japan, go see it, whatever it is. I don't know how it's gonna be like. Hopefully, it's not a musical, but I'm assuming it'll be something at least.
My mother's dead, and that girl's fused with a
Oh,
dog.
I don't know how it's gonna play out. Oh, look at that dog appeared.
Dog appeared.
I don't know how it's gonna play out. Plays are usually when I think of plays, I usually think of like very dramatic, either very dramatic or musicals. But this plays with anime, that's gonna be kind of hard because there's just so much like magic and things like that that you have to add to it that I don't know how it's gonna come off when you put it into a play format. But
Mm,
those of you who are big fans of Fullmetal Alchemist, maybe they might put something online for you to be able to see it if you can't go to Japan itself. But
mhm,
we'll see. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy it in the future. The last piece of news I got for you is Matt Reeves announced the 2026 Batman TV series. And this is the same Matt Reeves that did Batman with Robert Pattinson. So, interestingly enough, he's helping James Gunn work on a Clayface live action series for next year as well.
interesting.
Just like he did with the Penguin, if
Mhm,
anyone has seen that series. And then additionally, he'll do another Batman series for 2026 with Robert Patterson. So it does come to the point where you're sort of questioning, like, is Matt Reeves just going to continue the Robert Patterson series through shows now instead of
mhm,
movies? Because that seems like the route he's going in, but we're not 100% sure. Because now he has to sort of balance it with what James Gunn wants to do. So they're
right.
calling Matt Reeves' universe Elsewhere. It's called the Elsewhere universe. So
Mm,
I think Matt Reeves is sort of like wanting to do his thing, but at the same time has to sort of play along with James Gunn as well to do what he can. Because James Gunn already announced that he's going to have his own Batman. It's two separate series. We'll see how it goes.
interesting. Okay.
He looks like he's
Uh,
enjoying himself back there.
yeah, yeah. He just likes to chill on the bed.
And that's all the nerd news I got.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. I'm not against having more Batman. I particularly liked Robert Pattinson as the Batman. That the setting and the what's the word atmosphere created by Matt Reeves, I enjoyed. So we'll just have to see. I mean, I'd be down to watch it and see where that goes. I've heard great things about the Penguin. Obviously, I haven't been able to watch it just because I don't want to pay for an HBO subscription on top of all the other subscriptions that I have. But that being said, I'm looking forward to it. If it rolls around, I'll probably wait until it's all out and then I'll get the subscription just to catch up on everything.
I
Now,
think Matt
let's
Reeves is the type of person that really wants to expand on his franchise because if you notice, that Robert Pattinson movie was 3 hours long. So
right.
maybe a TV series is best for Matt Reeves because you can do 40-minute episodes, which is longer than 3 hours, and you can do 10 episodes or eight, you know? So maybe that's just the
Yeah.
way he wants to go. Maybe that's his style. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm down for it just because I believe DC fanboys and fangirls all we enjoy the more complex the complexities of we don't some of us or the grand majority, I believe this is just my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. I believe we like it when they go into, deeper topics and they expand on it. For us, it's not as monotonous. Maybe like, for example, a Marvel movie, which is all like, action, hype, enjoyment. Sometimes we want to get into the grittier, nitty gritty type of things, and we don't mind it as much. So
Yeah.
I I think I'd be looking forward to that. Now, speaking of movies, let me talk a little bit about
Oh, yeah. Do
the
tell.
the fact that I went to go see Tron. You haven't seen it yet, right?
Nope.
I won't get into too much detail. I will say this: I out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 5, 5.5
Ouch.
at most. Yeah, yeah. Jared Leto was
Why?
okay. Okay, so let me start with it. Jared Leto was okay. I feel like the script per se was kind of bad. There were a lot of plot holes. There were a lot of moments where you're like, okay, well, they have all these advancements in technology and they're so in the future and doing all this crazy stuff. And yet some things just prove so difficult where it's like, how does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
The soundtrack was okay. I feel like Nine Inch Nails compared to Daft Punk had like a darker feel to their music where Nine Inch Nails, it has that same vibe, but it's brighter. I'm no, you know, musician like that. I'm not a sound engineer. I don't know any of that stuff. But for those of you who are and are watching this, let us know what you thought. Personally, for me, I feel like the tones were brighter in the music being played versus Daft Punk's when they made music for the other Tron movie, Tron Legacy. It was like it felt dark. It felt cooler for me personally. If we're in that sort of space, uh, I like those darker tones. Now, other than Tron, okay, this is one more thing I'm going to say about that. I wouldn't watch it again.
Oh,
I feel like if you've watched Tron, you'll go watch it. You'll be like, okay, it was a movie, but I'm not going to watch it again. Like it's maybe worth the watch, but it's not that it's not like oh my god, don't expect anything. Don't expect too much from that movie. There are a lot of callbacks, so that's fun. But anyways, moving from that, a
oh,
couple
it's
of
just a
series and
cash grab.
uh, potentially, yeah, I think they could have just left it alone.
Mm.
Now, let's talk about something else. Series and stuff that I've been watching. I watched the Ed Gein story on Netflix, and it was pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of moments where you're just gonna be like, "Oh my god, like that's insane." They show so much with Ed Gein. Do you know? Have you seen like the trailers and stuff?
Yeah, I've seen the trailers and stuff. It's the kid from, well, not kid anymore. It's the dude from Sons of Anarchy,
Hmm.
Charlie
And
Helm. Helm.
and so Yeah, it was a good series. I feel like it wasn't. I feel like it's just the things you see are so messed up. It's going to be impactful, you know. In terms of the series as a whole, I feel like Dahmer was probably a better watching experience.
Mm,
I will say this though. I don't know if they're hinting at something, but episode 8, there's I think it's an homage or some kind of like they're telling us something regarding Mindhunter. And it when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god!" I even looked it up online. I was on Reddit, just like, "What the fuck?" And what did people think? And people were like, "Dude, we don't know if this is an homage. We don't know if this is a ripoff. Like, it's pretty crazy."
mm.
Other than that, what else have I seen or what have I been seeing? For those of you who care, I guess I personally like this senseless bullshit. So if you like Love Is Blind or any of those
Oh,
reality type shows, the new season of Love Is Blind came out on Netflix. It's been pretty interesting to watch. A lot of gaslighting, a lot of nonsensical bullshit. So if you're into that stuff, you can go watch that. I know it's on nerd news, but it is pop culture news. So other
okay.
than that, yeah, other than that, I don't really have much to say. I don't know if you have any last bits of news or anything else that you wanted to mention to the writers before we close this out.
Let's see. I don't think I have anything. I was gonna say, like, maybe the next time you'll hear from us, it'll be Halloween week. So hopefully you guys do some fun or go watch something. I don't know what people do for Halloween anymore. Kids don't even knock on doors anymore. I
Yeah,
feel old.
man, what was it? A couple of years ago, I remember I got like a little basket full of candy for trick or treaters. Not one, not one person came to my door.
That happened to me last year. Literally, it happened. Like it ended up being like the next day, and our fat neighbor was like, "Can I have this?" And we were like, "Sure."
Jesus Christ, what if they watch this? Oh, you're editing, dude. You do whatever the fuck you want. Just your neighbor is like an actual fan of our channel, and they're just like,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus Christ, terrible. Anyways, I think that's about it. With that being said, writers, hopefully you enjoyed this ride with us tonight, today, whatever time you're watching. Uh, Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know down below what you thought about the nerd news we've provided today. Let us, give us suggestions. Tell us things that you'd like to see us talk about or things that you'd like to see us do. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know if this change that we did to our channel is working out for you more. If you're chilling like on a drive, just listening to us, we'd really appreciate any of that feedback. And with that being said, once again, thank you so much. Until next time, peace out.
Peace.